Hey guys, what's going on? Matthew or MP Bricks here, and in the more recent years, Ninjago or Lego has really been giving us a ton of these combiner vehicles for Ninjago. And is it really good that we're getting these, or do we maybe need to take a step back and reevaluate this concept? I'm MP Bricks, and let's get into the comparison on the two most recent Ninjago combo vehicles. Beginning with 71820 Ninja Combo Vehicle. This set includes 576 pieces, 6 minifigures, and originally retailed for $90 when it released on August 1st, 2024. The minifigures on the ninja side are not all too bad. They are such amazing suits for some of our favorite characters. I love the bright green for Lloyd. Cole uses a bunch of orange on his as well. Nice gray accents. They are mostly just recolors of each other. As you can see, Nia is pretty much just a recolor of those. But I really love hers being in azure instead of some sort of mixture of gunmetal gray. Don't love that. And then Sora actually got a new suit this time, which I absolutely love. Still using that same metal arm or armored arm, not sure. But she looks like she's wearing a lab coat, which is actually really, really cool. Love these ones, and such a great grouping of ninja to be included here. The minifigures on the villain side may be a little more lacking, though. They are both the exact same minifigure, except this one right here, the more foot soldier looking one, has that Outrider attachment with two large shatter spin looking arms. I do like these, and you can pose them up pretty nicely to look like someone is performing shatter spin. I do really like that, and you can get some really cool poses out of it as well with these arms. Just really do love these, but the figure isn't all that great. I personally don't love the gunmetal gray base as some other people may like it. The next one, as I said, is exactly the same, just using that shatter spin armor, recolored in red rather than the flat silver that it was. However, it doesn't really make any sense for this guy to be wearing it because it's shatter spin and they can't do shatter spin. So these ones aren't so great as the Ninja, but they are good inclusions, and I'm glad they're here. Now onto the build. It actually looks pretty nicely large from this angle. However, any other angle, it looks kind of lacking and small. I do love the front look of it. I like how these treads are kind of angled downwards like that, and love how high they come up. You've got two bikes on either side. You can go ahead and remove those just like this. We'll take a look at those separately. There's the other one. And then this has just this ugly back bit once they are gone, which is pretty unfortunate. Some clips for Lloyd's weapons, and some nice little stickers here. Back here you've got Sora's little flyer bit. Nothing super special on this one either, just a small little thing that kind of seems thrown on there, which, that's always kind of lame. But moving on, we can go ahead and remove that. You've got a large plastic wheel on the back here. And then on the inside, nothing super special, just one seat where you can go ahead and place your Lloyd minifigure as long as all his weapons are gone because you can't fit with them. And there he is. He looks pretty good piloting this thing, but that really puts it into perspective how tiny this thing is. Look at this. This is the biggest build in the set. And look at how small it is on its own. That thing is absolutely tiny, and it's kind of sad. Nice details on this thing, great stickers and all, but I don't love this all that much. These bikes are really just color swaps of each other, so I don't have to talk about both of them really. But this one is Cole's with the 3 orange pieces, and then Nia's is just in azure or some sort of blue because these are translucent. But you can go ahead and sit them down on there, nothing super special there. And they do look pretty good, but again, they're the exact same, and I really don't like it. There is a little section that you can go ahead and attach, and you can attach it to both bikes. And now you've got another option for what you can do. Now they are a full car. There's also spots for their weapons right here. So that's pretty cool, but I don't think this is worth losing the nice look of the larger vehicle as a whole, in my opinion. Then moving on to Sora's vehicle here, you can just go ahead and sit her down. She doesn't even have like a handlebar or anything, so she's kind of just on there. She'll fly off if she's, jostled around too much. She might go flying out the windshield, but that's all right. So overall, this one's got some issues. I don't love it all that much, and it's definitely more silly than I would like, especially because some of the other ones we've gotten are more serious and more dedicated to what they're trying to accomplish, while this one is just kind of falling short of that, in my opinion. But of course, we have one other set to compare it to, so let's go ahead and take a look at that one. Next up, we have set number 71844, the Ninja Combat Vehicle, including 561 pieces, as well as 6 minifigures. This set retails for $99.99 in the United States, and spoilers, it has a lot more going for it than the Ninja Team Combo Vehicle. The ninja in this set are pretty darn good, featuring an exclusive new Frack Ninja minifigure. This is pretty cool to get, seeing that Frack didn't get one for the first part of Season 3. Then we've got what I consider to be even better suits than those tournament ones. The Kai and Cole are pretty darn cool minifigures. I love these ones a lot. Cole especially, seeing those gunmetal gray arms and then the torso underneath, like the robing, having that gunmetal gray. It looks like he's got armor with robes on top, which is my favorite part of this figure by far. Then you've got this cool new, not really collectible because it's really in every single set, I believe, almost every single one at least. And it's just a new form of the prismatic blade there. And then Wildfire, I really don't need to say anything about her. She's a good figure, but we have way too many of her at this point. Now let's get on to the villains. The villain minifigures included in this set are a lot better in my opinion, obviously including such a main character in Noct here. He's such an amazing character, and I'm happy to have him in LEGO. Some people say maybe his face isn't perfect, and yeah, it's not perfect, but it is a really good representation of him. Love him. Sad we don't get a cape, but it is alright, and I'm really happy with this figure, and definitely a great one to be included here. Unfortunately, this is not the cheapest way to get him in a release set. Then we have a Dragonian, or a Spectral Dragonian Scout. And this figure is fantastic. I love these figures so much, with the translucent legs and the translucent arms. Just looks so cool. And the red hands going inside almost looks like they have arm printing. I also love the toothpaste color blue of the torso, and just such amazing figures. Almost looks like the armor is holding the spirit all together. Then he's got an awesome face, as well as the Forbidden 5 symbol on the back of his head. So a pretty cool figure to be included. Unfortunately, only one included here, whereas we got the two in the other set, this one and this one. So unfortunately, we do only get one foot soldier, but we do get that Noct instead, which I'm pretty happy with. We also do get this little scurrier guy that's one of those little dragon bases with those claws, and I guess you could go ahead and slap it on this guy's back, and now he's got some claws. So that's pretty cool, and I do like these figures quite a lot. But now let's get on to the build. The main build of this set is obviously the combat vehicle itself, and you've got 3 seats for 3 different minifigures. You've got one for Wildfire right here. I don't really need to sit her down or anything. You've got one for Kai right there, and then you can open this up and go ahead and sit Frack down inside. This is a pretty cool build. I do like it quite a bit more than the other one, and you can pull back like that and then pull back like that, and you can disconnect both bikes from this. Then you drop these 2 black pieces down, and it is ready to fly. Diving deeper into the flyer here, it's got 2 spring-loaded shooters, one on either side here, and then one here. And those are pretty nice for the play of the set. And then you've got these nice 2 wisps here, which I guess is what it's flying with. Then you've got some nice wings up here, as well as Frack's symbol there. pretty nice build. Love this thing. On the inside, you've got a very nice control section there, as well as two little sticks that he can grab and kind of, control the ship with. It's also got eyes that are supposed to be like a serpentine and those teeth right there. So it is kind of imitating Frack like it is really meant for him. Placing that down, we can see one of the bikes because they are both identical. Fortunately, they do have these nice little training wheels because they are so big. I really wish they were smaller bikes and we got something else to do with this because I don't really care for two super big bikes that don't really like this is kind of lame, just a big bike. So I wish we got more other builds that could connect to this rather than just this and then the centerpiece. But it is nice that they have those training wheels as well as some elemental energy coming off. And that's really, again, the only difference. This energy, these little cones right here, and these little headlights right here. So I think it's kind of lame that they're just color swapping a few pieces and calling it good. These are cool bikes though, using a dragon lower jaw back here as the little back section there. And then some old Technic pieces that I remember strongly from Chima and Hero Factory and stuff like that as like these little spikes. So those are pretty cool as well. But of course you have two of those and they are pretty much identical. So let's go ahead and reattach this. You can just flip those two up, place this right there. If it'll attach. Well, I guess I'll do this off camera. There is one other build in this set, and is this Spectral Dragonian little flyer thing. And I think this is actually a lot cooler than the little brick that we got that would connect those two bikes and hold some weapons. I think this is a lot cooler for the villains to have something that, you can put your scout on here, have him ride it, or maybe you can have Noct ride it and him kind of being on a chariot-like thing. And I think it's really cool that this is included. And then you also have this helmet here, which is just the Dragonian helmet right there. But it's actually the Tyr helmet because he had a different color one and it is white. And you can actually just take this and use it to make Tyr. Because he's only included in one set and everything else is exactly the same as these guys. And you can get it from other sets. So I think that was actually pretty cool to make a unique helmet and then included in two sets, so you could actually make them if you didn't want to buy the other one. So I do like this that this is included, and it is just a nice little thing to go ahead and have. But now let's get on to my final thoughts on both of these compared to each other. So I think I've let out enough hints at this point to tell you that my favorite is actually the Ninja Combat Vehicle. And this is mostly due to the minifigures included. You get quite good minifigures in here, quite better than this. And I just really like the minifigures in this one. However, I will say the build in the Ninja Team Combo Vehicle is at least a little bit better than the combat vehicle. And yeah, I definitely think that one's for the build, this one's for the minifig. So it's really just whichever one you prefer. If you don't care about the minifigures or the build, I'd say get neither because they're not great. But if you gotta have one, I'd say minifigures get this one, build get this one. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.